Hi everyone, here's what's bothering me today. We just recently finished up with a federal election. Now everyone's clearly getting ready for the Ontario provincial election because apparently yesterday, or rather, this article is from today, but I first heard the news yesterday on the morning radio show. Apparently, Conservative Premier Doug Ford is clearly trying to pivot and win workers in the lead up to this new provincial election. With election looming, Doug Ford's PCs pitch themselves as a party on the side of workers. We've always been for the frontline, hardworking union people, Ford tells news conference. In what fucking world, my guy? For those who may not know, he scrapped a minimum wage increase upon getting into office. He also canceled a pilot project for UBI that was in a few Ontario communities and cities, and he explicitly said he would not do that. Those were two things that would have actually helped the working class that he immediately killed. There have also been his famous fights with the Ontario teachers unions, like honest to God, terrifying, earth-shattering fights with teachers and educators in this province. And if you're wondering, the teachers are in the right, Doug Ford is absolutely in the wrong. And he actually tried to have this political, propaganda campaign to try and turn it against the teachers. But the teachers had very consistent messaging from the beginning, which was, this isn't about us and paychecks. This is about, the education and safety of your children. But that's what he, I'm on the side of the workers and the working class, tried to do. Another thing that Mr. on the side of the working class actually did earlier on, again, in his 4 incredibly long and terrifying years, he scrapped a requirement that employers would have to give all staff at least 2 paid sick days. And no, we're totally on the side of workers and unions are our friends. Hey, Dougie boy, if that's the case, why did you end measures that made it easier for people to join unions? It is now harder to join unions thanks to this jackass. But no, we're always there on the front line of hardworking union people. So then why didn't you do more during the pandemic to support frontline workers and other unionized workers and factory workers, where, again, a lot of the early breakouts were happening because you were so concerned with your precious economy and, oh geez, we can't have any of that. You literally took money. This is kind of besides the point of the core of this video, but you literally took money from the feds that was earmarked for helping people, especially frontline workers, and you let it lapse so that the money would automatically go to pay down the deficit, to basically inflate your book numbers. But yeah, you're totally on the side of the working class and union people. And what's really audacious about the progressive conservatives here in Ontario is that they are again using language that, they're trying to campaign to the left. But as we've seen with their actions, they very much govern from the right and the far right. The current Labour Minister, Mr. McNaughton, said, oh yeah, we're going to bring out new legislation. And past conservative governments got it wrong. We're taking a new approach. You're taking a new approach only in the lead up to an election, not before and during a goddamn pandemic, nor in the earlier years when you actively had a chance to do this, but specifically chose not to. These guys, Mr. McNaughton and others, are literally saying the typical line that we leftists love to say about, people are being taken advantage of by big corporations. They got record profits and record revenue. That's just unacceptable. Y'all made it easy for them to do this. You ended a lot of the actual regulations and speculation and limits that prevented things from becoming so disastrous. Everything from tax cuts to getting rid of regulations and environmental assessments. Actions speak louder than words, and your actions in the past 3.5 years have shown quite clearly that you do not give a single solitary shit about the working class and unions. You have actively fought against them and tried to marginalize them and make life more and more difficult for all working class Ontarians. And the fact that you have the audacity to say otherwise in the lead up to an election is absolutely what's bothering me today.